The question is, give reason the iron rim of a wooden wheel is made a little smaller in the diameter than the wheel. So here in this question, we need to answer this iron rims that are there in the wooden wheels. Okay, so they are generally made smaller in diameter than the wheel. So why is it so? So we know that iron is a metal which is a good conductor of heat and electricity. They have a very high melting point and a boiling point, and they can be drawn or hammered into the wires or the sheets. This all are the properties of metals in general, not for the iron. Any metal you will talk about, you can say all of these properties. They have a good conductor of heat and electricity. They have a high melting and boiling point as well. And again, if you apply heat to them, this can also lead to change them or hammer them into the wires or the sheets. That is why we are able to make wires and the sheets with the metal. So there is this property called thermal expansion, which is the process of changing the shape, area, volume, and density by changing the temperature. Means the more you increase the temperature, the more the energy will transfer to you, because again, if you talk about iron, iron is a metal. So whenever you apply heat to any metal, it will get a lot of kinetic energy. And the more the kinetic energy will be there, the more the expansion that you will see. So the same thing is given here as well. You change the temperature, you will see the change in the shape, the area, the volume, and the density, because all of these things are affected when there is a expansion. So when iron metal is heated, it expands and forms into a circular shape. It depends what kind of a shape you want. Here we want a circular shape. And when it is cooled, it comes back into its normal shape, because again this expansion is completely dependent upon the temperature. Thus, the wooden wheels become so tight and it cannot be removed. I mean, so let's say you have this wooden wheel and in this you have this rim. So there will be some gap which is left. So when there is heat, because since that wheel will be moved, so when it is moving, it will produce friction and ended up having a lot of heat, which will generate the kinetic energy. So that is why when heat is there, it will just expand and just locked in with the what you can say, this wooden wheel. Okay, and because of that it won't be removed. Now iron rims are made smaller than the wooden wheels. Okay, why? Because when the iron rim is heated, it expand and will have the same size as the wooden wheels. And when water is poured, the iron rim becomes cool and get compressed. Thus it can take the shape of the wooden wheel and gets fixed on the wheels firmly. Okay, again the reason is very simple. You are using a metal, you are giving it a heat. The more you are giving it a heat, the more it is able to expand and able to lock properly and able to function properly. Again, too much of heat is also not necessary. There is a certain amount of heat that it can tolerate and give you the exact result for the purpose that you wanted to. So that is why you have to make sure how you are utilizing. So that is how you can understand the answer to this question. I hope it is clear to you. Thank you.